BBC Three Counties Radio.
17 minutes past 6. This is BBC Three Counties. We're talking showbiz. Joining me tonight in the studio, the effervescent Ian Musical Brown. We call him Theatre Lovey.
Yeah.
And we have Catherine Lomax with us tonight. Catherine is the artistic and creative director at the Gordon Craig Theatre in Stevenage.
Hello.
Now, I'm going to see a show on Monday night. I'm really looking forward to this. There is a musician called Elio Pace who is just a super talented musician. He's thrilled audiences around the world for over 25 years, and he's bringing his Billy Joel Songbook tour back.
Well, he's okay.
He's very good.
Okay. No, he's okay.
Elio, I think you're more than okay, Elio. Good evening.
Good evening, Roberto. Thank you.
Welcome back to the programme, Elio. The Billy Joel Songbook, you're kicking off another round of a very long tour, and it starts this coming Monday.
We start on Monday, another 50 dates. I'm beside myself with excitement, and we spoke last year, right at the beginning of a 70-day tour, and it was the first ever Billy Joel Songbook tour anywhere in the world, and actually the first time anybody has ever taken anywhere in the world a theatre show of Billy Joel songs together in a concert format like we're doing it. And I was hoping for 20 shows, and then we did 70, and then many theatres came back and said we'd love it again, so we're going for another 50. I can't believe it, to be honest.
Well, it's a long tour. Well, I mean, locally to Beds, Hearts and Bucks, you're coming to Radlett on March the 28th, Milton Keynes Stables on May the 9th, Aylesbury Waterside on the 13th of May, in September, the 11th is Potters Bar, October 29th, High Wycombe, October the 7th, you're at Stevenage Gordon Craig Theatre.
Exactly.
And
Yay.
Catherine...
Yes, thank you very much for booking us.
Don't worry, we're looking forward to seeing you.
Oh, we can't. Well, honestly, I played at the Gordon Craig Theatre maybe 3 years ago, and we just loved it. I really loved it.
Oh, good. We can't wait to have you back.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Now, Catherine, tell us the truth. When a musician like Elio comes along,
Yes.
does he ask for a specific rider? Is he difficult to work with?
No. He's very nice. We very rarely get difficult riders. No demands for blue M&Ms or anything like that. It's all very disappointing.
Elio, when you go to Gordon Craig, Elio, what do you want? I mean, she's here now. We can put her on the spot. She can't say no.
You can ask now.
I tell you what, though, I'm thinking about doing the whole Jeremy Clarkson thing, being a bit nasty. Because can you imagine the publicity? We'd sell out the tour in 5 minutes.
Please don't punch any of our staff.
I promise you I won't.
Now, Elio, just remind people, it's not a fascination. You have a genuine love of Billy Joel's work.
Yeah. God, I don't want to bore you with it. But very frank, just basically, 30 years ago, I fell in love with Billy Joel's music. And for 30 years, I have wanted to do this. I've watched and waited for someone else to do it. And then eventually, 2 years ago, I went, you know what? I'm going to do what no one else seems to want to do, which is put together a show featuring all the beautiful, incredible hits of this incredible songwriter, who I believe, and honestly I believe it, I think he's the greatest singer-songwriter ever. As much as I love McCartney and Elton John and Stevie Wonder, I think this guy, as far as variety is concerned, for me, he's the greatest. So I waited and waited. Nobody was doing it. I said, okay, let me put my money literally where my mouth is, and let's do it. And last year, we had an incredible response. 70 shows, 70 standing ovations, and I don't ask the audience to stand up. I wait for it to happen naturally. And I couldn't believe what was happening. And when they asked us back again, I'm going to go for it. So, I'm just going to keep doing this until people have had enough.
But you do it, and I've seen you. I'm coming to see you on Monday. You do it out of a genuine love of his work. It's like you're the biggest fan, and you're paying homage to someone whose work you truly respect.
I respect it because I believe pop music, although I feel the tide is changing now, it really is lovely, but I believe very recently the pop music is not as colourful and as wonderful and intelligent as it used to be when the likes of Billy Joel and James Taylor and Stevie Wonder were hitting the charts and stuff. And so I have a soapbox thing about it as well. I want young people to come and see this show just to show them how wonderful and varied you can be with the same 5-6 chords that every pop star basically uses, but it doesn't have to be like that. And I love the music. I love the humour in it. I love the sound of the songs. It really has been the biggest inspiration to me as a singer-songwriter, more than any other songbook in the world. Joel's music is still. I put an album on this morning just to get myself in the mood. I put Street Life Serenade on, and I still went, do you know what? I just can't get enough of it. I still love the way this guy thought when he was writing pop songs. Unfortunately, he doesn't do it anymore, but we're left with these wonderful albums. We're doing 4 songs in the show, that every single hit you can imagine is in it, and some lovely album tracks, and it's a romp. And Roberto, I'm really glad you're coming, because and I hope you got your dancing shoes on as well.
Yes, I've got my dancing shoes, but I'm not singing.
Listen, you've just got to be careful he doesn't fall asleep.
I won't.
That's from past experience, he does that quite often. He's at that age, but you know that. There's a couple of things. One is, do you play Root Beer Rag?
Yes, I do.
I absolutely love that.
And if I could stretch to the piano right now, I would give you a little blast.
Well, stretch away. Stretch away. The other thing is, do you sing them in the Billy Joel style, or do you do your own take on his songs?
That's a very good question.
Thank you.
I do not go on stage thinking I'm Billy Joel. I don't think I'm Billy Joel. I don't don dark glasses. I don't have a goatee beard. I don't talk in a New York accent. I go on and I sing as Elio Pace does, which, because I've been listening to him for 30 years, along with Elvis, along with ABBA, along with Elton, along with all the other great artists that have influenced me, I sing the way I sing. I don't try to sing or sound or do an impression of Billy Joel. But I can't help but obviously phrase the songs in a certain way. I'm not trying to be clever with it either. I'm not trying to go, let me do a reggae version of Uptown Girl for you, because I think I'm clever. I'm going to give you Uptown Girl exactly as you want to hear it. I'm going to give you just the way you are, as you want to hit the longest time as an a cappella number. We're not going to try and do clever stuff. And if I sound a little bit like Billy in it, it's because I can't help it.
Root Beer Rag, just remember that one.
I've got to tell you, Elio, Carl has just phoned us from Philadelphia. He's listening online, and he wanted to say how much he enjoyed seeing you when you toured America.
Well, I love Carl, and I've met him a few times. He's a fantastically brilliant guy himself. And, I had this incredible pleasure of playing with Billy Joel's original touring band, the guys that helped put Billy Joel on the map right before Billy was even famous and before he'd even written Piano Man. And Carl is just great. And hello, Carl, in Philadelphia.
All right. Oh, but hang on, stay where you are. Hang on, Carl, come into the conversation.
How are you?
No way!
Yes.
Evening, Carl. Welcome to the programme, Carl.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be heard on BBC Radio.
That's what I normally say. Carl, just how good is Elio? Because I've known Elio a long time. It's just that he's a great musician, and his love of Billy Joel just shines through. That's what gets me every time.
Well, let me just say that I have known Billy Joel personally since the late 80s. I have been going to Billy Joel concerts since about 1974, when I was 12 years old here in Philadelphia. And I have seen Elio Pace perform now on a handful of occasions here in the States. And I can honestly say that Elio Pace is a better pianist than Billy Joel ever was. Elio is a fantastic entertainer. And if anybody listening has the opportunity to see him perform in the UK, they should jump at the opportunity and get tickets.
Carl, I wish you well. Thank you for your call. Have a nice day. Thank you, Carl.
Thank you.
Elio, I've got to ask you, Elio.
Yeah.
Right. You've worked with Brian May, Huey Lewis, Craig David, Albert Lee, Debbie Reynolds, Glenn Campbell, Martha Reeves. You've worked with Terry Wogan on Weekend Wogan. You were the musical
house band,
musical director and arranger. You did the Zingzillas for CBeebies. All very good, right? All very nice, right?
Yeah.
What happened when you performed and you were playing for Sandra Bullock at her birthday party?
It was her 30th birthday party. Another long story, which I'll try and make into a short story. This is in my formative years, I was doing Saturday nights, Friday nights with my PA system, a piano and a drum machine, just playing gigs in pubs and clubs and everything. Taking the whole thing myself, turning up, doing a little bit of work and getting nicely paid just to sing some songs in restaurants and bars and clubs. One of the days, I got asked to change my shift. It was in the King's Road in Chelsea. Asked to change my shift. Would you come and play tonight? Because we've got to have a guest coming tonight who we think your music is more suited than the duo that play on normal Thursday nights. I said, yes, I will. I went along. I set up. And halfway through the evening, Sandra Bullock walks in with all of the cast from In Love and War. So Chris O'Donnell was there as well. And she's sitting there, and she's sitting right next to me. And we're singing, and I'm singing, and she's singing, and she's getting more and more drunk. The whole table's getting more and more drunk. Their birthday cake comes out. They asked me to sing Happy Birthday. Then they said, come on, get Sandy up to sing a song. I went, yeah, all right, it'll be my pleasure. So she got up, and the two of us, and she said, she whispered in my ear, I'm a terrible singer. I can't sing, and I'm drunk, you know. So I said, doesn't matter, here's a microphone. And we did Summer Nights from Greece together, and You're the One That I Want together. And then Chris O'Donnell got up and did Brown Eyed Girl. And the whole night we were there. They kept the restaurant open for us. We went about 2 hours over. They left me a tip bigger than the fee that I was actually getting.
And let me guess, I bet she smelled good.
Oh, she still is gorgeous. And my bass player is totally in love with her. He loves me telling that story. I've been telling him that story. Neil Fairclough, who, by the way, in my band, who is coming to the Stevenage Theatre and also will be there on Monday night, who's just finished touring the world with Queen, by the way. He's totally in love with Sandra Bullock, and after all these years, 23 years, he still wants me to tell him the story about Sandra Bullock.
Elio, pleasure talking to you. Just remind people where they can find out details of your Billy Joel Songbook tour, because it starts on Monday in London, in Leicester Square.
Leicester Square, 7:30, the first of 50 shows. ElioPace.com, Roberto, and I really thank you very, very much, and Three Counties Radio for having
Our
me.
pleasure.
And I look forward to seeing you on Monday night, mate.
I'll see you on Monday. Thank you, Elio. Break a leg. So, Leicester Square on Monday, March the 28th in Radlett, the Radlett Centre, May the 9th, Milton Keynes Stables, May the 13th, Aylesbury Waterside, September the 11th, Potters Bar, Willits Theatre, October the 7th, Stevenage Gordon Craig Theatre, that's your theatre, Catherine,
yes.
And October 29th, High Wycombe Swan Theatre. If you love Billy Joel's music, you're going to love this show.